What do you mean? It's the best goddamn flavor. Azu said barbecue. I don't know why he said that, but I
She's wrong. She's wrong. Wrong.
No.
Fake news.
No. Okay. I think if I had to choose between salt and vinegar and barbecue, I don't know. I may be biased, but I would rather choose salt and vinegar.
This girl.
What
I mean,
about-
did you want to talk about it?
Yeah. What about you, Huffy? What's your favorite? He said hot dog.
Hot.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a Pringles guy, but I'll try out stuff that's wacky. And the hot dog one was not too bad.
Oh.
All right. Hot dog
Fuzzy flavor.
sounds crazy. Hot dog sounds insane to me. Pizza flavored? Okay. Pizza.
Oh, I can agree with that. Pizza's not bad.
Yeah, pizza's not bad.
I haven't tried the pizza one actually.
It's actually really not that bad. It's pretty good. It like
Okay.
really fits a really certain type of mood, in my opinion. Like if you're on the beach, you're swimming all day, and you come back to like your little setup, and you look over and there's like a can of Pringles, and you're like, oh, I really wanted salt and vinegar, but you look down, it's like, I bought the pizza one. You're like, this is perfect. This is gonna like give me all the energy that I lost while swimming. It's like that.
The thing is, salt and vinegar slaps hard on anything, though. You know?
Yes.
So it's not really fair to call it just for Pringles, because it goes well with pretty much like every other chip, too.
True.
Parmesan and roasted garlic. Okay, I'm gonna say something super controversial. Cheese Pringles, doesn't matter what kind of cheese, is like a 1 out of 10. Is overrated.
Cheese.
Like cheddar?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
cheddar?
Okay. Yeah. I don't
Parmesan?
I don't like cheese flavored chips.
Do
It's
people buy those
dusty.
flavors?
Yeah, it's
I
they're
don't know.
dusty.
Why?
They're dusty. Anyways, fellas, how is everyone doing? I'm Bearamisu, and I am your host for today. Here I have two lovely folks. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Huffy the Bear. Oh, my bad. My bad, Azu. Did you
No.
Did you want to go first?
No, you. I was just like, oh, Huffy.
Huffy.
Hey guys, I'm Huffy, polar bear VTuber. I took Bear's invitation here to listen to some stories on her end, and I'm super excited because one of my pastimes is just scrolling Reddit mindlessly. And having the opportunity to have it read to me, I couldn't say no to. So I'm here now.
Yay! I'm curious now if you'll recognize some of the stories that I will be reading to you today.
I'll hold it until the end if so.
Alright. It's your
Oh.
turn. Next.
That's right. It is my turn. Hi, I'm HP Azu. I am an AWOL streamer. You guys might know me from other VTubers that I've collabed with or invaded their stream with. I am a chill streamer. I like to do art. I do variety for the most part. But today we are reacting to the stories that Bear has chosen for us. And personally, I like scrolling social media. I like doom scrolling, so I also really like Reddit stories that are TTS on YouTube. So I can't wait to go ahead and react to them today as well.
Yeah.
And get me out of the basement. It's so cold down here.
Yeah,
Please.
you're
I need my voice back.
No,
Please
no,
get me
no,
out of the
no.
basement.
The whip, I'm
Please.
getting the whip.
Get
Get back down there! Well, lovely for you. Today you get to hear a real person reading them. But I've also
None of that AI slop. None of that AI slop.
yeah,
We got the real one here.
Now, I was thrown.
Bears of Reddit.
But so this is to kind of set the tone Alright, manage your guys' expectations for today's stream. It is going to be a pretty short stream anyways. I have only 5 stories where I will be reading, and we can have a discussion about them. Maybe we can figure out, maybe like we can talk about like how oh my god, I'm at the loss of words! Ah!
She may be at a loss of words, but I've been taking her computer. Goodbye.
Nom. We could probably discuss like how maybe the person writing it could have handled the situation, or maybe we've also been in a situation like that. We could probably share our own stories similar to what was experienced. Though I do hope that we do not share similar stories to what these people had to endure with today, because I have a theme. Today, we will be reading, Today I Fucked Up stories. Today I fucked up. So,
that's just every day for me.
Oh, no!
Ooh, is this TIFU? Time I fucked up?
Yes, this is TIFU!
I love it. Let's fucking go. Alright.
Oh no. He knows.
TIFU.
The nose knows.
So,
r/TIFU.
So our first story is titled, Today I Fucked Up, by enraging the parents of my girlfriend by pretending not to know what a potato is. This is a very old Reddit story. It was made 10 years ago. So people who have been around for a very long time maybe recognizes maybe people recognize this story. Who knows? It's a pretty short one. So let's start. Let me read it to you guys. It starts off with, let me tell you that I've made a bad mistake this evening. My girlfriend, who let me tell you is only my second girlfriend of all time, said I am invited to dinner, in like quotation marks, with her and her parents. I was very aghast, nervous, and bashful to be invited to such a situation, but I knew it must be done. I met them nicely, I should tell you, and it started off in a good way. The idea slapped my mind that I should do a comic bit to make a good impression and become known to them as a person who is amusing. When I saw the baked potato were served, I got the idea that it would be very good to pretend I did not know what potatoes were. That would be funny. Let me tell you, backfired on my face. I'll tell you how. So first, when the potato became on my plate, I acted very interested. I showed an expression on my face that as to seem, I was confused, astounded, but in a restrained way, curious and interested. They did notice and seemed confused, but did not remark. So I asked, "This looks very interesting. What is it?" They stared at me, and the mother said, "It's a baked potato." And I said, "Oh, interesting, a baked, what is it again?" And she was like, "A potato." Oh, let me click on the more. And I was like, "A potato? Oh, interesting. Never heard of a potato. Looks pretty good." And then they didn't see I was clowning, but thought really did not know what is a potato. So I knew I would be very shamed, humiliated, and depressed and disgusted if I admitted to making a bad joke. So what I did was to act as if it was not a joke, but I committed to the act of pretending I didn't know what a potato is. They asked me very incredible, incredious. Sorry for the spelling is a little weird.
Incredulous, maybe?
Incredulous, thank you. Did I really not know what a potato is? That I never heard of a potato? I went with it and told them, yes, I did not ever heard of a potato. Not only have I never eaten a potato, I never heard of the word potato. This went on for a bit, and my girlfriend was acting very confused and embarrassed by my fucked up antics. And then the more insistent I was about not knowing what a potato is, was when the parents started thinking I did know what a potato was. Well, let me tell you, I had to commit 100% at this point. Then I would not admit to knowing what a potato was. The father especially began to get annoyed. At one point, he said something like, "Enough is enough. You're fucking with us, admit it." And I said, "Sir, before today, I never heard of a potato. I still don't know what a potato is. Other than some kind of food, I don't know what to tell you." Well, let me tell you, he got very annoyed. I decided to take a bite of the potato, and then when I did, I made a high-pitched noise that said, "Tastes very strange." That's when the father started yelling at me. And the mother kept saying, "What are you doing?" And my girlfriend went into the other room. Oh no. Finally, the father said I should get the fuck out of his house. And I said it was irrational to treat me like this just because I've never heard of a potato before. Well, let me tell you, he didn't take it kindly. Now in text messages, I have been telling my girlfriend I really don't know what a potato is. The only way I ever get out of this is for them to buy that I don't know what a potato is. I wish I never started it. I can't go back. I think she will break up with me anyways. The end.
I'm dying of cringe. I'm cringing so hard.
You know those like Disney Channel episodes where they have those little bits of the characters that are trying to act like super cool, or it's secondhand cringe, right? Secondhand embarrassment, brother. At the point you decided I'm gonna double down, that's the point you should have been like, no, I'm sorry.
Well,
I know what a potato is.
Brother tripled down. He did.
He was doing it in the text messages too. Brother, have you heard of a French fry?
On a tater of all things.
Potato wedges,
bro,
tater tots.
I bet he was like, "A French fry? Those are made out of potatoes?"
I thought those were French. No.
I thought they were just fries. I don't know.
No.
Oh my god. So, in your guys' opinion, do you think at what point do you think he should have just gave up, or was he smart about doubling down all the way?
Smart.
At the very
10
beginning.
years ago.
The very beginning for me. I'm sorry. Like, as soon as it didn't hit the first time, I would have dropped it. But that's Huffy of now. I feel like Huffy of 10 years ago, probably even more than that, like teenage Huffy, would probably commit to the bit too. Because I remember going along with dumb stuff when I tried to impress someone when I was younger. Because I didn't really know any better back then, you know?
Yeah.
And that story brought up some bad memories that I thought
no.
I buried.
Oh.
I remember this one. Okay, so this might out me my age a little bit, but I remember when I was coming up, there was a subculture of people called scene girls. I don't know if you're familiar with scene girls.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, I was a scene girl.
Were you?
Dinosaurs.
Well, I was a little punk kid, and I freaking loved scene girls. And there were some scene girls there, and we got to talking at summer school one time. They were asking me about bands that I liked or like to listen to, and instead of saying stuff that I actually listened to, my brain defaulted to like, oh, what's popular now? What's going on now? And for whatever reason, I said Maroon 5, and I shit you not, I died inside immediately because they all looked at me like I was just the biggest fucking poser, and oh my god, I died, and I turned and walked away.
Oh no, not calling you a poser. No.
They didn't even say it, but I could see it in their face, and I was like, oh no, what did I do?
Oh, Captain was like, thanks for the not psychotic, psychic damage from the past, Huffy. I had forgotten.
Oh, my man feels the pain too.
So good
Well.
story. Good. Do you guys have any other final words, final thoughts you want to get out?
The scene was great growing up. That's what I want to say.
I loved the hair. I honestly loved like the teased layered hair. It was great. I was begging my mom. I was like, Mom, I want this hairstyle. So she took me to the salon. And then I have like dirty blonde hair, but I wanted to go like full bleach blonde. And so I went. So they cut my hair and a whole bunch of layers. The hairdresser was like, okay, if you want it to look like this, you gotta style it every single day. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Bro, I lasted 2 weeks before I was like, I'm done with this.
Yep.
You never know. Maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe it might come back, you know, because these things seem to be in cycles,
Yeah,
especially with fashion and stuff.
I think it was in high school where my hair naturally layered itself, very similar to the scene stuff, but it was already at the point where we were way past scene, so I was kind of like, man, if this was still popular today, you know,
Yeah.
I would fit in really well, and I just ended up being the crazy kid in the corner. And talking to myself, asking to get out of the basement. Please get me out of the basement.
No, get back in there.
No.
Ah! Oh my goodness.
If only, right? Because like I know nowadays, like secondhand serenaded is memed to death. But if you had the hair, you know, you could just burst into song. Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
Oh my god.
Oh right, they did that song. Oh my god, I haven't heard that for a while.
It's actually a good song too, and people just meme on it all the time now.
You're making me like want to go back to my iPod Nano and look at the songs I had at that time.
Yeah,
Dude, I still listen to the music I listened to back then on a playlist, man. Like that stuff holds up.
yeah, it certainly does. All right. Here we go. Our next one. So, today I fucked up. I fell asleep in the bathtub. This one's actually pretty short. It says
Me.
you. I can't say I've ever fell asleep. Actually, hold up. Maybe I have. Ah! Sorry. Someone screamed at me. So, I have the flu and a bunch of mini issues that came with that. Ear infections, nausea, headaches, and so forth. So, for the first time in a very long time, I decided I was going to soak in a bath. I have like 3 bath bombs in the back of my bathroom cupboard. So I've had maybe for about 2 years because I usually shower, not bathe. And I decided I wanted to use a glittery peach one. To my horror, and apparently my husband's, that peach glitter bath bombs is either peach nor glittery, but the closest red I've seen to blood. I'm soaked and I knocked out. I must be a shadow breather from what I was told. I was faced away from the door, and then the way my hair draped down me, looking as though I was face down in the water. I'm a very, very, very heavy sleeper. I have like 20 morning alarms to wake me up and still tend to get up late, so my husband touching my leg didn't wake me up, nor did his scream. And apparently, my skin felt ice cold. My brother-in-law runs and starts freaking out, running back to find his phone, and my husband tries to grab and hold me. I imagine this was very dramatic. And in the process, my head goes under the water for a second and I pop up because I got water in my nose. I'm confused as to why my husband is crying and my brother-in-law runs back and thanking God. And husband is trying to find the blood from where it was coming from. I'm obviously terrified by the audience while I am butt naked in this bath. And as if it couldn't get any worse, I was asleep. So long the bubbles were gone, so I was just exposed. I yelled at them to get out and just stood up and showered. definitely not a fan of the situation. Gonna stick to showers. Gonna avoid my brother-in-law for the rest of my life. Too long didn't read. Took a bath. Bath bomb made water look bloody. Fell asleep. Woke up to grieving husband and brother-in-law.
Oh, I feel so bad for that lady. I Okay, well, first off, do you guys take baths or are you showers only? Because I'm shower only specifically for stuff like that.
I used to be a bath kid, and then I became more of a germaphobe. Showers only.
Yeah, I'm a more shower person, but if I want to treat myself, I go more bath. I get a bath with bath bombs.
For me, it was more like once I became old enough to have to clean the bathtub by myself, I was like, okay, I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Right?
A bathtub is bro, it's so hard to clean, especially after a bath bomb bath.
Yeah, I think like the way to go, like when I wanted to like take a bath, what I started doing is just rinsing myself off on a shower and then starting a bath. So it doesn't feel like I'm like soaking in my own filth. I think that's probably like the better approach to it.
When you were reading though, I just got that mental image. Have you seen that that horror movie Carrie? And it's got like that lady who's like covered in blood or whatever. That's what I was thinking of when you were reading it out loud.
She's just stained red all over.
Oh, wait, that's where that's from?
Yeah. It's a Stephen
Oh, I
King
see.
book. And they made
Yeah,
it
it was
into a
pretty.
movie.
I think there was a remake. There was like a remake
2013
recently too.
one.
I haven't seen it myself, but I've seen clips of it and it looks pretty good. But the thing is, like, with this story, when I find, like, I feel bad for everyone that's involved. Especially, like, I'm so baffled that you're able to sleep through, like, a scream and then people crying and freaking out, and then it really just takes, like, a little water up the nose to wake you up.
Look, your mind kind of like blocks everything out, but the moment your respiratory system gets blocked, that's when your body's like, live! God damn it, live!
Yeah, that's the boundary. When your body stops working.
Well, that's gross too, you know? Like she snorted like that filthy bathwater.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Neither glittery or peach, just straight bloodbath. Like, oh my god, I'd be scared, dude.
And what, the husband like got her out of the bathtub? Or wait, because the story was like my husband was holding me, but then water got up her nose. So I'm trying to like,
I think he was struggling to
over?
get her out.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Because you know, like how when you're in a panic, your like whole body is shaking, and you're trying to like get your belongings, and you can't really get your bearings, and you can't really constitute what is needed in the moment at sometimes. So I think that's kind of what was happening to her husband, which props to the husband for trying and making sure Zero was okay. But still, yeah, I feel for the husband, bro. I would do the same because you don't want to remove bleeding person from the blood. That too. Yeah, because it's like a weird situation because it's like we get a little into like forensics. It's like if something like that did happen, you don't want to put your own like DNA in that moment. It's like, and then you're gonna get incriminated. Maybe he was thinking about that too, but he was also like so emotionally distressed that he was like, how could I help my wife? Hopefully she's not dead, which gratefully she was not. But yeah, I feel for him. I feel for him because I've had like situations like that with my dogs where they would just go crazy, and I'm like, I don't know what to do here, but like in my family be like, breathe, just breathe, it's okay, they'll get help. But you know,
I'm so sorry, the OP actually sent the picture of the bathtub.
Oh no.
Word. Can we see it?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on stream.
I have to see.
I honestly would be fucking terrified if I saw this.
For me? For me?
Let me actually, I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of it. Okay, sorry. I have to do the thing quickly. Okay, I should be able to. Oh, and after this, I also want to read some of the comments because I wanted to do that for the first one. I kind of just forgot.
You're fine. Potato.
Potato.
Potatoes.
Potato. A gift from the gods.
Is there an actual food you guys have never tasted but want to?
I'm pretty adventurous with food. If
Same.
I don't know it, I probably just haven't heard of it.
Same.
But I'd probably try it.
Like, people have like their go-tos at restaurants and menus, whatnot.
Ugh,
Like,
I saw that. Ugh.
once I get more adventurous, once I started getting more adventurous, I started ordering more different things because like I'll never know if I like it if I don't try it, so why not? So if there's a fruit that I haven't had and that I wanted, I can't say if there's a food that I want to try that I haven't had yet.
Well, out of the ones that you've tried, what's your favorite?
Gumbo. Oh my god, gumbo.
Oh, some Nolan's gumbo?
Yeah, so basically, I can't wait. Okay, I can't wait to try actual like New Orleans gumbo because I've had the watered down versions. I just know. Oh my god,
Dude, that's so gross.
It literally looks like blood. I would be freaking out if I saw this.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, husband, you. Yeah, I don't blame you, brother.
No.
If I was in that situation, I'd be like, ah, my wifey.
Don't worry, fellas. It's just a bath bomb. It's just a bath bomb. It's. Oh,
God.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Now that I like in that situation, now that it's like over and dealt with, and we have made sure that she is okay, my mind would jump to, damn, now I have to clean all the stains from this bath.
Oh, and I also love to see the iconic bath cup because I also have one as well. And it's actually a Starbucks coffee cup, like not like a plastic one, an actual one that you like, one of the hard ones. And
Yeah.
it's now part of the bath. It does not leave.
Yeah. So, in Filipino culture, like you just take any like container that you can reasonably hold in your hand. It's called a tabo, right? That's basically what it is. So sometimes a container would go missing, and I'd be looking for it in the drawer. I'm like, wait, in the cupboard, and I'm like, I need to like store something, and I would go to the bathroom, like, there it is. there's some cube containers where I've been looking for them for a while, and I just step into one of my parents' bathroom, so I'm like, oh, the hell. It's just there.
It's just there.
Nice, bro. What's up, man? Filipino bros.
What's up? ¿Cómo
Kumusta?
Pagod
I'm only half,
ako,
though. My bad.
sige, pagod na ako, yeah, I can't think of anything else right now other than that.
Well, let me
Don't worry, Bear.
No,
You'll be honorary Filipino by the end of this.
Yeah! Like I know word. I know how to say tabo.
Yeah, tabo. There you go.
Too big and tabo.
Tabo.
I want ube now.
Ube.
Ube.
It's so good.
Pan de ube.
I love. Okay, speaking of like some like food, I love halo halo.
Girl, I was craving that for Easter yesterday. I was like talking to my parents, like, I know you guys haven't had rice or chocolate for like your Lent, but I want halo halo.
It's so
She
good.
gets some halo halo.
All right. So here's this one comment. It says, on the positive side, it's nice to know that your family loves you and ran around like a proverbial, whatever, decapitated
Proverbial?
chicken. Yeah, proverbial.
I got you.
Thank you. Decapitated chickens to help the best they could. And OP said they were super loving. It's funny because they're seriously assholes, kind of bully me often. But when I'm sick of hurt, they both spring into action and help me in whatever they can.
Oh, that's
See?
how you know it's true love.
Yeah, they bully you when you're healthy, and then they take care of you when you're not. That's nice.
So, do I get dental from the benefits or the basement benefits?
You think you get healthcare?
Uh-huh.
You're so funny.
Huh? Wait. I'm in your walls, Bear.
Stay there. Don't come out.
Wait, no, the drywall's suffocating.
You can just punch through it. The drywall's so thin. Listen.
I'm just a piece of paper.
Listen. If you create holes in my walls, I'm gonna have to take it out of your paycheck, which is already $0. So you'll be in the negative.
No, I need that non-money.
Yeah. Or you could pass it over and double it to Huffy, so I can take double of Huffy's money.
You know what, Huffy? You wanna
Oh
double
no.
it? Double it, pass it on? Yeah. I like that idea.
Alright, here's the next story. Today I fucked up by asking a MILF for her number. I swear, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Do you know what MILF is?
Wait.
Yeah, how is that a fuck up? That's what I want to know.
Oh. Well, let me
I'm locked in.
Let me read. So, I was at a mall with my son, who's a toddler. Anyways, my son was playing real well with this little girl. Like, they were two peats in a pond playing together. Just having a blast. I'm a big dude. A lot of people say I look scary type look. That's how it was written. Anyways, my son is playing, I'm eating my lunch, and I decided I need to figure out who this little girl's parents are. I figured it out. She's apparently a hot mom. So I walked up to her and go, "Hey, our kids are playing together. Maybe I can get your number and we can set up a play date?" She looks at me and goes, married? I was thinking, that's nice. My son wants to play with their daughter. So I said, "Oh, me too. My wife would love to meet you. Our kids are playing well together. Do you want to set up a play date?" At that point, her husband walks up and she goes, "This guy is asking for my number after I told him I'm married." At this point, I'm thinking, fuck it, not worth it. I apologize and sit down and wait for my son to finish playing. Too long didn't read. Someone's playing with the little girl. Try to get the girl's parents' info so we could set up a play date. Her mom thought I was trying to pick her up. Now, fellas, have ever been in this situation before?
Well, I don't have kids, so not that specific situation, but I can empathize because yeah, like you can, I don't know, it obviously there are a lot of jerks out there that will be doing that, but you can approach a girl for like the, most random of reasons that have nothing to do with asking her out, but then because she's on defense mode from, whomever else, you just get put in a box, somewhere else.
Yeah. And what about you, Azu? Do you have any opinions on this situation?
My opinion is that damn. Damn.
What would you do? Like, what would you do if the husband came up and, and she's like, "This guy is asking me for my number," and what do? Do you do the same thing, or are you trying to like clear some things up?
So me personally, I would
Beat his ass.
I am someone who likes keeping things clear and concise about what my intentions are. I'm tired of, assumptions and things happening because there is miscommunication. So I feel like, of course, I would be more direct, like looks like I he did say that their children were having fun together and he wanted to set up a play date. So I don't really know how more direct you can be than that. And see, like addressing that, I, it's kind of weird because like addressing that she's married and she brought that up, but then she leaves out the fact that you wanted to set up the play date with the two kids to her husband is kind of like iffy because I think he made the right choice just walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I don't want to deal with this, just walk away. But me personally, I'm able to bounce from person to person in a conversation, so I would also try to hit it off with the father at that point. But there some people don't like that, so it is on a case to case basis. And if he got the vibe that he should just walk away and say fuck it, yeah, I agree with him. Absolutely. Fuck it. Walk away. Let the kids have their fun. Made a temporary friend, and that's your day.
Yeah, I feel like the husband might be more willing to listen because based on what she told the husband, I don't think she was listening like at all
Yeah.
past the first word.
I like he literally said after the husband showed up, right? The husband is there with the wife, and oh wait, no. Oh, he didn't clarify because he was like, oh yeah, I have a wife, blah blah blah. Our kids get along. Can I still have your number? And then the husband like showed up, and then he kind of was just like, yeah, okay, I'm kind of done with this when the husband showed up. So I feel like, perception wise, he kind of enforced it even more in a way.
He rolled wrong on the perception check.
Yeah. Oh, there's a comment that says should have turned to the husband and said the same thing. Hi, our kids are playing well together. Can I get your number so maybe we can set up a play date?
I knew it! I was right! Talk to the husband! And then everything will be alright!
Yeah, you gotta...
We can talk to it!
I've had something kind of similar happen at one point. I was with so there's an anime convention called Otakon, right? And I was at this convention with some friends of mine. And the big anime at that point was Tokyo Ghoul, right? So like a lot of people were cosplaying as random ghouls from Tokyo Ghoul or this character named Rize from Tokyo Ghoul. And like she was my favorite character, so I was like taking pictures of all the cosplayers, whatever. So I encounter like this girl who's dressed as Rize and her friend, and con etiquette's like you always ask permission before you take photos, right? Yeah, I went up to them and I was like, hey, can I take your picture? Without missing a beat, I have a boyfriend. Oh my gosh, I got so irritated. And her friend heard me and she heard her friend. So the friend who wasn't cosplaying was like, that's not what he was asking, But she was like, what? I have a boyfriend. And then the friend looked at me like so apologetic, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this right now. Goodbye.
That's so embarrassing. I'm glad the friend was like had empathy for you.
Yeah, I can only hope she explained it to her later on, like once I was removed from the situation, so she wasn't, like super defensive or whatever. But geez, it's a convention, like people take photos and cosplay.
I have to guess that maybe that was like her first ever convention, because there's no way you've like gone to multiple conventions and that's your way of like talking to people when they want pictures with you.
Oh, maybe I didn't consider that.
Yeah, it could have been her first, and you probably were the first person who have like asked her for a picture too, and she just didn't know or understood the intention behind it at a convention.
Yeah, I'll just forever be that asshole though. In her mind.
No, don't you forget it.
I think the friend explained it to her and she probably felt super embarrassed and was like, oh no, I shouldn't have said that to him.
Well, yeah, I mean, the cosplay thing is like I used to date girls who would cosplay and do media work like that, so it's like you get used to it. I mean, Especially with the way people phrase some people don't know how to phrase like, "Can I take your photo for this cosplay you're wearing?" or something like that. Like, take a picture of
Yeah.
your cosplay. I appreciate your cosplay or some stuff like that. So sometimes they're unaware of the situation, or they're just so checked out after like the whole day of the convention. It also depends on the day, like how late in the day it was, because probably at that point they're just so checked out that they're not really registering anything that's being said anymore. And I've
Yeah.
had that happen with the girls that I've been with, friends that I've been out with, and it's like, it's good to have that friend there, and I've been that friend who's like, yeah, they're not asking that, but I mean, and you would clarify, and even if the person already walks away. So I'm pretty sure the friend already clarified what happened, and that they are remorseful for the way they talked to you about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't worry over much about it, I would say.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm over it now. Well, maybe not, but it was a few years ago. Also,
No,
I see
man.
you, Azu. I see you. You're serious mode now.
Oh yeah,
Serious
I had to.
mode.
I had to tap in there. Let me out of the basement for a minute. But now that I'm
Alright, get
out of the
back in there, get
basement,
back in there, your
wait,
time's
no,
up.
no,
Maybe she misheard him and thought he asked for her number. I mean, it's possible, but her friend definitely heard me correctly.
I think the word phone number and, well, photo?
yeah,
Photograph, maybe.
Photograph? There could be a chance, but number
there,
and graph
yeah.
are very different.
They
Well, mostly we'll never know. We'll never know. You should go track her down and ask her.
maybe she's one of the very big cosplayers now. Maybe she's been looking for you all this time to give you
apologize to you.
the run back. Give you the run back in the photo.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not if she doesn't want people taking photos. No.
True.
Oh my god. I've heard like girls say that exact same quote for like the smallest thing, but I think it's just them just being like, just overall, like, don't talk to me. I want to be left alone.
Yeah.
And so they just go, I have a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend. And it just kind of like their way of being like, please, I don't care, just let me live. I don't want to
Okay.
interact.
So a little bit adjacent to the phone number thing, have you guys I guess this is more for Huffy, have you like ever asked somebody for their number because you're in a group project and they hit you with the "I have a boyfriend," but you have to be like, "That's cool, but we have a group project to do."
Oh my
Yes, dude.
god.
Yes, man.
Oh no!
It's happened very few times, but every time it's happened, it's hilarious. It's like, cool, but we need to get this group project done.
Dude, like, so a little bit background about me. So when I went to college on the GI Bill after I got out of the military. So I was already older at the time, you know.
Yeah.
When I was going to school, I was essentially surrounded by what I was assuming were little kids, you know, because they were all so young, like wet behind the ears. They haven't really, you know, been doing anything yet. And same thing, yeah, I have to ask for numbers for a group project, and they're like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," or some of them are like, "Ooh, yeah, you can, you know, just text me whenever." Like, I'm like, "No, I'm trying to work." You know, I'm
Trying to
trying.
get this done, you know.
Yeah, like
the grades don't make themselves.
school is school. Like,
Oh my god, I'm so
Oh, man.
sorry. You're reliving the trauma.
every story so far is like,
Each one is hitting a certain like area in your life.
Huffy leaning back in his chair, huffing.
He's looking at the ceiling, dissociating.
Me at the club.
Alright. We have another story. I have not read this story. So I actually don't know what this is about. It says, today I fucked up by accidentally proposing to my girlfriend's dad.
oh no.
Wait. He's one in life.
So, This happened last night, and I'm still cringing into another dimension. My girlfriend and I have been dating for 2 years, and things have been going great. Recently, I started thinking about proposing, but I hadn't settled on how to pop the question. However, her dad is pretty old-fashioned, so I thought it would be nice to ask him for his blessing first. Cue my big mistake. We were at their house for dinner, and after dessert, I pulled her dad aside. I was nervous, so my brain decided to shut down and go on vacation. I meant to say, I'd like your blessing to marry your daughter. Instead, what came out of my mouth was, I'd like to marry you. The man just stared at me. I realized what I said about 0.5 seconds after, and immediately panicked. I backpedaled so hard that I made it worse. I stammered something like, I mean, I want to marry your daughter, not you, unless you're into that. Not that I mean you're not attractive or, oh my god, I'll just jump out of a cliff right now! Meanwhile, my girlfriend, who had wandered over at this point, overheard part of it and burst out laughing. Her dad, to my surprise, laughed so hard he started crying. He eventually said, well, I appreciate the offer, but I think my wife would object. Long story short, I got his blessing, but now her entire family refers to me as Dad's other husband.
Wait, he has another husband?
The boyfriend.
Well,
We're
yeah,
together
the family
now.
refers to him as the dad's other husband. Who's
Oh.
the first?
Oh.
Ooh.
That's, oh my god, the scandal.
Semantics. I see it. I see
Man,
it.
man wanted his own sugar daddy.
Your dad?
Oh my god. I think we can all say we've been there. Where we wanted to say something, but the nerves got us, and something completely, like something entirely different comes out. Oh my god.
Oh my god, my daughter's boyfriend calls me daddy.
Bro, I have to read that sentence again. It's so funny. I meant to say, I like your blessing to marry your daughter. Instead, what came out was, I'd like to marry you. Just imagine. That's so funny to me. Oh my god. The thing is, like,
Well,
this is a
he
type
won.
of... Yeah, she won. They honestly seem like a very good family. And they will be telling this story for the rest of their lives.
Oh my god.
Happy ending, though, it seems like. You know,
Yeah.
gave the blessing eventually. After a rejection.
After a rejection from the wrong person. But, you know, I'm pretty sure his bruised heart would be okay. Have you ever been in a situation like this before where you went to say something and yeah, it just didn't go as planned?
Many a time. Though I can't seem to recall it because my memory decides to wipe it from existence. So,
Oh no! Those memories are
specific
lost.
moments. Yeah, I know there have been moments, a lot of them. And they will be locked away until my mind's like, hey, remember when you said that one thing? We're like, no! No!
I can't think of like something for myself, just like Azu. I probably blacked it out, or but I do remember one of my friends, and it was like so bad it's funny, right? So in the 90s, you guys know who Eddie Murphy is?
Yes.
So Eddie Murphy, aside from being an actor, also was a musician. He released one single called "Party All the Time," right? My girl wants to party all the time. So that's the way the song goes. Anyway, cue high school, and one of my friends is like super into the song, you know, for whatever reason, like 20 years after it came out, right? So he's like super late to the party, but he fucks with it, you know, and like everyone knows him as the guy who like, you know, sings the song and plays it on his, this is before JBL speakers, like on his phone or whatever, or his PSP playing the song. And we're at a house party for our high school, and there was this one girl from the next high school over that this dude had like the most massive crush on, right? So our other buddy's friends with her, so he's introducing her to like all of us or whatever. So eventually, my guy gets introduced to her, and guess what the first thing this guy says to this girl is?
What?
No.
The first thing, because he just can't think of what to say, he's like, "So do you party all the time like Eddie Murphy?" And this girl just stares, just stares at him.
Oh,
Everyone around is like drunk and like being like, "What is this guy talking about?" And then she just leaves the party, and my guy is
oh,
depressed for like the next few
Oh
months.
no, he didn't deserve
no.
that. He didn't
I
deserve that.
I still bring it up to this day. I'm like, "Hey, bro, you still partying all the
Like Eddie
time?"
Oh
Murphy.
no.
Like I have a story. But the thing is, like, so for most people, who do not know, I have been diagnosed with dyslexia for since I was a kid, and so I tend to flip flop full on words. Especially if I'm reading. It has gotten better over the years the more I've like practiced and really take my time focusing on reading. But this happened during stream one day where I was like reading a book or something very specific, and the word organism came up. And you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I, with a full chest, full confidence, I was like, orgasm. And my chat fucking lost. They're like, orgasm? You mean organism? And I'm like, I didn't mean to. I didn't understand. It made sense. I read it as orgasm. I didn't know he said organism.
Is there a clip of that somewhere? I kind of want to see that.
The video is gone.
Connor! Connor, I
so
need you!
I'm so
Connor, where
sad.
are you?
Honestly, that should have been clipped. It should have been fucking clipped because the thing is, I think there was like 3 other words. Oh yeah, there was another one where it gave a date, and it was like 7-Eleven, or no, excuse me, it was like, wait, no. It was something about 7-Eleven, but I think I said 9/11 instead.
Oh.
I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't know. Because the thing is, dyslexia also affects numbers for me as well. So I love my. It's so funny, man, and it's like the worst things ever.
Oh no.
And like the thing is with like my dyslexia, I could be reading something, or writing something, and I won't even understand or realize that something is misspelled until like I reread it like 5 times. So yeah, it's crazy. I'm actually considered illiterate because of my spelling.
What?
Because I can't write.
You know, something not unlike that happens to me sometimes, where if I read a word and like I know it's spelled correctly, but if I read it like 10 or 20 times, I'm like, wait, this word does not seem like it's spelled correctly, even though it is. And like I know that for some reason.
So, adjacent to the dyslexia talk, and this is gonna be a weird tangent. I will put that out right now. But do you guys know Shake It Up from Disney Channel, like years ago? You know where I'm going with this?
No.
Wait, like Metro Station?
Okay, so Bella Thorne, one of the main two, Bella Thorne and Zendaya, the 2 leads in that show. Bella Thorne was dyslexic. Well, not was, is dyslexic, right? The hit song from her show was her spelling out the text slang in that time, in that era. It was beat my BFF because IDK what's coming next. So it was just like the whole thing, she was just spelling out letters for that era slang. And I cannot imagine how hellish that must have been for her.
Oh no. Yeah. I feel for her. Oh, we actually have someone in the in chat that has a little story pertaining to this about messing up sentences. So Lucky says, basically, I was walking down the hallway by myself, then suddenly this one dude, bro, walks up next to me and puts his arm around my shoulder as I'm walking down the hall. It wasn't until after a solid 5 to 10 seconds of walking later that he looks at me and says, "Oh, sorry, bro," and then walks away. Mind you, this was even weirder for me because I was a solid 3 or 4 inches shorter than most of the other dudes in my high school, as well as having long hair, so I kind of just looked like a girl from behind, meaning he could have been trying to flirt with me, assuming I'm a girl. Ah. I wonder if you thought you were like a friend or maybe like his girlfriend.
Ah. I
The
see.
way the music stopped too. Okay. The music cut off at the perfect time for that. But yeah, that's funny.
Look, man, you're better than me, because in that situation, I would have leaned into bro. I would have said, "So what? So what are we?" I would lock eyes with him, make direct eye contact. So, what are we?
Because they're making the
Oh my
kiss
gosh,
take me out
what are
Granted.
You should have wrapped your arm around his waist.
I would wrap my arms around his waist and lean into him and be like, "So
What are we?
what are we?"
I'm the boyfriend now.
Well, if you want to do this, I mean,
Oh my god.
free lunch.
That's so funny. Alright, get back in the basement. Go!
Don't
go,
get
go,
it!
Alright, we actually have our last story. Oh!
Oh, what's up, Sucrose, you bear you?
Hello! Oh my god.
There's so many bears around in this forest.
Yeah.
You guys can't eat trees, right?
Are you an animal? Azu? What kind of animal?
I'm paper.
You're paper?
I am paper.
Okay, I'm gonna have to eat paper. All the bears.
No!
Nom,
No,
nom,
no,
nom,
I'm
nom,
not.
nom, nom,
I'm
nom,
that's good substance now.
Ah! Alright, get back in the basement!
Wait, no! Let me out!
Oh wait, yeah, I'm letting you out because you gotta listen to the story. Alright.
Yeah. Listen, yeah.
Last one. Because short stream, I had a crazy weekend, so we gotta keep this short. Alright. Okay. Today, I fucked up by accidentally becoming the neighborhood crow whisperer. This is my life now. This is another short one. It all started innocently enough. I saw a lone crow in my yard and tossed it a cracker. Harmless, right? Wrong. That single act of kindness seemed to have spread through a crow's grapevine. And now I have a full-blown murder of crows at my constant companions. Every morning I step outside and they're there, perched in nearby trees, cawing like they're clocking into their day jobs. They follow me on walks, and yesterday one even dropped a shiny gun wrapper at my feet. I think they're trying to pay me in crow currency, which is both endearing and slightly unnerving. At this point, I've accepted my new role as their unofficial snack provider and accidental overlord. I'm genuinely curious to see where this goes. Maybe I'll end up with a crow army or a collection of shiny gifts. Either way, it's a wild ride and I'm here for it. Too long, didn't read. Tossed a cracker to one crow, now there's a whole squad treating me like their leader. My mornings involved cawing, shiny gifts, and embracing the chaos. Yeah.
I didn't know how that. Like that's like how is that a time I fucked up though? You know, like that's kind of cool.
That is cool. no, I need to
Truly no
learn the
fuck-ups.
secret of how to do that with bears.
Oh, the
But I could take you to the North Pole. Wait, I don't even need to take you to the North Pole to find a polar bear. There's one right here.
Yeah, there is one. Just leave us honey. Honey. Yum,
in,
yum,
in,
yum, yum.
instead of a murder of crows, it'd be a sloth of bears.
A sloth of bear.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
And a piece
Apparently,
of paper.
yeah, they're called sloths of bears.
Wait, sloth or slot?
Sloth,
Whoa.
like lazy.
Lazy. Oh, we're just a bunch of lazy bears. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
I don't see how that's a fuck up unless you were scared of them. But it seems like he's trying to build an army for the end of days. You know, the harbinger of doom and death. You know, crows and all that. But that sounds so cool. I want one.
You want a whole
We're-
army. You want a whole army. Yeah. Someone
Yeah,
said,
for no reason in particular. Yeah.
I don't trust. Are you trying to overthrow me? Be honest.
No.
That was a long
No.
pause there.
Yeah.
There's
Huffy,
not a specific owl bear I'm looking at.
I believe in Huffy. He can sniff out traitors. I'm pretty sure.
Sorry,
The
I'm
nose
allergic to
knows.
bullshit.
Oh my god. Someone in chat said animals are smart as hell. And then crows are way smarter than people imagine. You can absolutely train them.
They prefer Arby's fries.
Dude, Arby's fries are good though because they're curly and they're seasoned.
I haven't had Arby's, so I wouldn't be able to speak on that.
Oh, you gotta get yourself a beefy cheddar, man. Those are so good.
They have the meats,
They do have the meats.
See, I'm by the woods.
but Wendy's is right there.
Oh yeah, Wendy's. Wait. Best kind of fries. Where?
Best kind of fries. I think the best fries I've ever had was from. I don't think it was Fat Burger. Was it Tommy's? I think. No, it wasn't Tommy's. I have to ask my father. Again, because there's a specific joint he took me to. Like a few months ago, and I remembered that was probably one of my favorite fries I ever had in my life. Because I had it when I was little, hadn't had it since then had it a few months ago, and then I forgot the name again. But yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what the name is right now. I'll get back to you on that.
Were they like seasoned? Like
Very well seasoned. I really loved it.
Jan
okay,
said
like for,
Bojangles are pretty good.
oh, those are pretty good. That's a very southern thing though.
Yeah,
Bojangles.
it is a
I
very
would say-
like, southern thing. It's a southern like fast food place.
For me, it would be either depending on where you're from, it's either Checkers or Rallies.
Oh,
But their fries are so good.
the country dog in chat.
I really like Five Guys fries just because they come out really thin and crispy, and I personally like them a lot. And I like how potato tastes. They taste so much like a potato. I don't know,
think
but I
I've
really
had
like
these.
Five Guys.
I used to like those until I found out they fry them in peanut oil, and I'm like deathly allergic. So like I
Oh.
had to stop eating them.
I mean,
Okay,
you're
but
fine,
they were
you're
good.
fine.
But what if maybe that's what gave it even more flavor to you? Just putting that out there.
That's probably why they do it.
You're like, damn, my ouch is itching for more.
I was like, man, can't breathe. It must be the seasoning. I need more. I need to try more just in case.
But I've actually there's tutorials on YouTube of how to make friends with crows and ravens. And really all it is that you go into the woods or near like a beach or wherever you can find them and just give them food and then just come back until, I don't know, they start fucking with you a little more. It's really that they just want food. That's really it.
You just have to bribe your way in.
I have a bunch of I don't think you can consider it a murder of crows, but in my neighborhood there's like a sizable amount of crows that stick around that actually you could communicate with. You could just call at them and they'll call back and they will entertain your idiocy from their perch on high.
Oh,
So
oh.
and yeah, they talk a lot with my birds in the back. They will come over to my orange tree and sometimes hang out, and they would talk to like my. I have a parrot in the back and he's really loud, and I feel like the crows are telling him to shut up because after a few moments of back and forth, sometimes he would just shut up.
What if I told you guys I have one more?
Okay, I
I'm
would
down.
love to.
Down to clown.
I kind of looked it up, and it's basically the V-top. Today I fucked up story on that subreddit.
The top. Okay.
Yeah, and it was
How
made
old is it?
6 years ago.
Okay.
It says, today I fucked up by buying everyone an Ancestry DNA kit and ruining
Oh, I know
Christmas.
Oh no.
Do you guys know this one?
I think I know this one.
I think I know where it's going though.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm glossing it over, and it kind of juicy. It kind of juicy, fellas. So,
Oh, please.
earlier this year, Ancestry DNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it would be a great gift idea, so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. Today, my family got together to exchange presents on our Christmas Eve tradition, and I gave my mom, dad, brother, and 2 sisters each a kit. As soon as everyone opened up their gifts at the same time, my mom started freaking out. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys believe her reasoning?
It's a little bit sus.
I
A little
personally, I think it's like the chemicals are sus, but it's like, really? What are you hiding?
I would have used the excuse like, no, they're trying to steal our DNA information and selling it to other countries and government.
Look, man, if they're gonna clone me, they're gonna clone me anyways. So why not?
You know, the scary thing is, I'm not sure if it was Ancestry or 23andMe, but one of them got hacked and like basically everyone's biometric is like everywhere now. It's like on the dark web.
Probably
I think it's 23andMe.
Yeah, I did that one. So that's nice to know.
Was it easy? I actually always wanted to do it, but
I've always been curious because apparently I have a forest of family on my grandfather's, my father's father side. And there's just a whole forest of family over there that I don't know about. But going back to the story.
We explained to her how they were actually no chemicals, but we could tell she was still flustered. Later, she started trying to convince us not only one of us kids needed to take it. That only one of us kids need to take it, since we all have the same results, and resell extra kits to save money. Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour, and we were downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad.
Oh.
Too long, didn't read. I bought everyone in my family Ancestry DNA kit for Christmas. My mom started freaking out. Now our parents are fighting and my dad might not be my dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
joy.
Wow.
yeah, inadvertently broken up so many families. That's true.
True.
Like,
Though,
go ahead.
not
Sorry.
sure how. Yeah, like personally, I don't know how like accurate that is, so I put a grain of salt into that. But my cousins have done that for their mother, and she, my aunt, has found her daughter, and I think it's just her daughter that long lost daughter that she found, one of the first ones, and they look exactly the same. So
Whoa.
so it was like a credit towards Ancestry.com where I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, maybe it does work, but I'm not that curious.
Like, so I have a story. My mom actually took it and found something very interesting. So through,
Mhm.
like growing up, we always assumed that the majority of our DNA was Italian. Just
Mhm.
because there was like pictures of our great great grandfather, which was I believe my mom's grandpa, of like pictures like of them in Italy and stuff like that, and kind of just like where they grew up, blah 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 blah. So my mom took a DNA test, and it said that she was only 3% Italian.
Huh.
Huh. Interesting. So she starts freaking out because her whole life, people say like, "Oh, I'm 100% Italian." Technically, you will never be 100% of anything, but I guess she kind of just expected more Italian, but there was only
Mhm.
like 3%. So she goes to Nana, and turns out that her grandfather is actually not her biological grandfather, and it was my Nana's stepdad, but they kind of just. I guess there was no need to clarify that with like the grandchildren or her children. So, but my mom was really really close to her grandfather. So this was still very shocking for her. She's over it now, but I guess her main issue is that she kind of felt lied to.
Yeah, that must be traumatic.
I don't blame them for that, but oh my god, yeah. Especially when you're like really close to your grandfather like that, it will come as a shock. It's like,
Yeah.
they, am I really who I think I am? Like, yeah.
I understand her panicking and like her probably felt a little bit betrayal, but like I said, like she eventually was like, nah, that's still my grandfather.
Yeah.
100%, regardless of
Family
blood.
family.
Yeah. But by the way, there is an update to this story.
Oh.
It's
Let's hear it.
let me. There's actually 2 updates, so I'm gonna read all of it in one go. It says, update. Thank you so much for all the love and support. My sister's brother and I have not decided yet if we were going to take the test. No matter what the results are, we still love each other and our parents no matter what. Update 2. Christmas isn't ruined. My FU usually turned into a Christmas miracle. Turns out my sister's father passed away shortly after she was born. A good friend of my mom's was able to help her through the darkest times in her life, and they went on to fall in love and create the rest of our family. They never told us because of how hard it was for my mom. Last night, she was strong enough to share stories and photos with us for the first time, and it truly brought us even closer together as a family. This is a Christmas we will never forget, and yes, we were all excited to see our results. Merry Christmas, everyone. P.S. Sorry, my mom isn't a whore. No, you're not my daddy.
Oh.
So I'm guessing that's for the comments of being like, yeah, your mom's a whore, and or some folks be like, you want to be my daddy? And just being overall weird in the comments. Yeah.
People can be really mean online.
See.
So people can be really mean online. Not surprised she preempted that straight up.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll get really weird too online.
Not me though.
Yeah. I think like on my ancestry.com overall it is like 99% European. So a lot of French, German, Italian, stuff like that. There was like one thing that really like caught my eye. Apparently I am 0.01% Mongolian.
Oh, that's that Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same.
His children are everywhere.
I feel like that's most of the world.
Yeah.
Girl made moves across the whole world.
Yeah. I'm not too surprised. But I was kind of surprised. Well, I mean, I was surprised to see it in my DNA. I was expecting just full on white.
Yeah, you're 99% white, and there's that percentage of a percentage of percentage Mongolian.
I wonder, like how many more generations before it'll just be gone, because it was such a small percentage. I'm pretty sure it happened. I got that a long time ago in my ancestry.
No, try it
Would
again
that
right now. Maybe
would that
it's
happen
gone by
though?
now.
Wouldn't it just get like become like a smaller fraction
Yeah.
and just it would never hit zero?
I think, I don't know. I wonder if it will just dwindle out eventually. Like,
Smile.
Yeah, you'll be like the 99.99999. It will just the nines will just keep getting longer over time.
Exactly.
I wonder if they're out. Probably.
I'll take an ancestry test
Do it now.
soon,
Do it now.
and then it'll come. Yeah, it'll come back 100% idiot.
Literally like hand sanitizer, except instead of destroying the 99.9999 of bacteria, she's just 99.99999 white.
But so true.
Guys, I got a little flavor in me, guys. I got a little spice. I'm not white
Got a
chicken.
little bit of salt in there.
Yeah, it's just.
Guys, I swear, I can see my
flavored.
food.
Yeah, I swear I'm flavored chicken. Look at this teaspoon of salt.
A little grain, just the smallest grain of salt.
There's vinegar on me. Listen. I do got a little. I don't know if this counts. It's still white though. I got fucking Spanish in me, but it's like Spain Spanish, so it's still pretty white. Listen, do they get tan and get darker skin? Yeah, they do. But are they still part of Europe and very white? Yes, they are.
Still white, yeah. Look, man,
Yeah,
if you...
their Spanish is different too.
Yeah.
Yep. I know that one. My abuelo moved to Spain, and he spoke a different Spanish to what I'm used to hearing over here, where I live. Well, when he came over, I was like, at the time I couldn't tell the difference, but now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, yeah, the Spanish he spoke was much different.
That's cool.
Countless hours poured into transcribing old land records and such just to get that information.
See, stuff like that is cool.
Oh.
I can hyperfixate on that, but not make it a job, bro. Like, oh my god, imagine that's your job. That sounds so cool. You just keep going through like old records. Like, how would you even get the records? That's the thing that I'm like fascinated about.
Wait. Real quick. I'm reading some of these comments, and let me tell you something. It says, my ex had blood type AB. She told me her dad had blood type O positive. I told her that didn't work. Her mom admitted that her dad wasn't her dad. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh yeah, that's how some people figured out that they're one of their parents is not really their parents, because I remember doing this thing in like 6th grade where you make a square box.
Yeah.
And you have like O positive, O negative, and whatnot, and you kind of like put those things together, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, parent A and parent B, these work, and then this doesn't. And so, and that's how a lot of kids found out, because they would go home and be like, oh, what parent, do you know your blood type? And they're like, oh yeah, it's this. And the other one would be like, oh, it's this. And they're like, wait a second. That's not possible.
Did you guys know your blood type like fairly early? I found mine's out fairly late in my life. I realized I was like telling people I had the wrong blood type until I found out what it actually was.
I'm pretty sure I know my blood type.
I didn't know until I was 19, but I'm O positive.
Same here.
Yeah,
wow,
I
was telling everyone I was O positive until I found out I was B positive.
Oh. Wow. But
O for outstanding.
My mom is actually O negative, so she had to take special medicines so her body didn't just devour me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my dad was O positive and she was O negative, and you know those things don't really mix very well. So
Yeah.
Without medicine, her body would have literally rejected me. So that's cool.
And you came out very
I'm very
Wow.
Oh, you
special.
still don't know.
Very special girl.
It's like actually
It's
kind of important
special.
to find
I
out.
love dyslexia.
Yeah,
Sorry, Huffy, you were
Lucky,
saying
it's
something?
Oh, I was responding to chat. Lucky said they don't know what their blood type is. It's like really important in case something happens to you. You know, you need to let the EMT know.
Yeah, look at your medical records.
It's okay, I'll just
Guess
tell
we'll
him to
look-
get some blood from Bear.
Okay, take it. Take it. Take my blood.
Hey, we'll take your blood.
I actually I've donated blood earlier. I think like a month ago. But I love donating blood. I know a lot of people need it. Our blood supply is actually pretty low right now. So for everyone that's out there that are able to go donate blood, and if you want an incentive, they do give you money. So go do that.
I'm just gonna keep taking Bear to the blood clinic, you know.
It's just a tube like from my arm directly into your arm, and it's just a full-on blood transfusion.
It's like the. Have you seen the rich father who gets like the blood transfusions from his
Dude, that's so
son?
creepy, dude. So creepy, man.
Just to be younger, and and you look at him like, yeah, you're really good looking, like 45-year-old or whatever, and it's like, he's like, no, I have to be younger than that. I'm
He looks like a vampire.
Yeah,
It's
you look
so
fine.
Weird. It's so weird. Yeah, that's where all the blood is going.
Yeah, oxidize the blood or whatever he's
Oh
doing now
God.
with a special tent for his workspace.
It's so weird. It's so uncomfortable. And then the thing is, bro, if you want to just look younger, go get some Botox. There you go. Stop taking people's blood for your own like vanity.
Okay, but speaking of like taking blood and whatnot, as a kid, I used to think that vampires drank blood from their vampiric teeth.
You
I
thought
used to
there was like their teeth were straws?
Oh, like a
Yeah.
mosquito?
I didn't look. Little me had a very vivid imagination of there being like there's serrations in the teeth, and then a little like straw hole inside of the vampire teeth. I'll say that's how you turn into a vampire.
Oh,
That's not
my
so
God.
far fetched, though. I think, right? Because I think there's like some vampire fiction where it's like that.
I love
Ah.
this actually. I've never heard of this before, but I love the idea of they're just like tiny little like tubes or like a hollowed out
Yeah.
like tube in the vampire's teeth, and it just sucks it up for them. Where does it go? Where does it go?
I don't know. The kid me didn't think that far.
Their body. It goes back in their body, not in their stomach, but back in their body.
Yeah, like Showman, like what Showman says, the poisonous viper, the venomous vipers, where they bite you and they have like they create the venom on their teeth and whatnot. I
Yeah.
thought it was the reverse, but for
The injection.
vampires.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Oh, well, okay, so when it comes to vampires, would you, hold up. I have two questions with this, because I love vampires so much.
No, I'm not Team Edward.
Are you Team Jacob?
I'm Team Nothing.
Oh, Team Switzerland! Here we go! You know, that was... Well, I don't know. Team Switzerland was actually, if you liked both of them, and you couldn't pick.
Oh, what if you didn't like either?
And then you're not a Twilight fan. Get the fuck out.
Wait, I'm out of the basement, baby. Let's go.
No! But okay, I personally, what's your favorite way of someone being turned into a vampire? Because in a lot of fictions, there's different ways of how a vampire gets made. for you guys personally, what's your like favorite trope?
I'm very basic with the oh I got bit, now I'm a vampire bit.
I kind of like the Vampire Diaries way, Originals way, where like it's like it has to be like they have to choose specifically, like to actually turn,
Oh, I like
because they have to
that.
drink the vampire's blood after they get bit.
See, I really like that. That's my favorite trope. Where it was very Vampire Night, where in that anime, you had to bite your victim and then they had to drink your blood afterwards in order to become a vampire.
That show had so many things going on. I remember when I watched that anime a while back, like
there's
it's got so much going on.
there's like familia and there's family incest, you know. It's kind of wild. See, I was a teenage girl,
Yeah,
so
par
I
for
didn't
the
I
course.
was like I didn't really understood what was happening until later on, because I was like, oh my god, character is hot. Oh my god, I want to be with character. And that's all I cared about. So and then I found out like, oh wait, they're cousins? That's kind of weird, but like I guess they like each other.
Still finding a way to to rationalize what's going on.
But it was like this thing where they weren't actually related, though. I think they made it like super ambiguous or implied as like they were cousins, but they weren't. I don't fucking know. So I was like,
You don't understand.
my
Them bling
yeah.
it makes it better.
So my young brain was like, is that okay? Is this okay?
He's
I guess
alright.
it is, because I guess they're not technically related. So it was, I think there's a word for that called, I think, pseudo-incest, where even though that
What?
none of the characters, so when none of the characters are related, so no one
Here
is
she
related.
goes trying to rationalize
I'm
it.
not rationalizing it! I'm just telling you something so you have this cursed knowledge! Oh my god, I'm gonna stuff you back in the basement.
It's the 3,000-year-old vampire in a 17-year-old's body.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Listen, everyone dicked it, even though he literally was an older man going after a 16-year-old. But, you know, everyone in the fucking US who was, like, a teenager in their early 20s fucking loved that shit, I guess.
Walks
But...
away.
Oh, speaking of vampires, though, I saw Sinners yesterday. It was so good. It
I
was such a
heard
good
how
movie.
Haley Steinfeld
Yeah,
went off in
it's
that.
the vampire movie with Michael B. Jordan. It was like
Yeah.
really good.
Let me look this up.
And apparently that was the lead actor, the other lead actor's
Oh!
first movie and acting gig. And apparently he was like amazing.
Yeah,
So
dude, it was
I'm very
really
intrigued.
good.
I see this movie, like, all over Twitter being like, it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
I saw a lot of African American Twitter being like, what was Haley Steinfeld on this whole movie? What did she tap into? I'm like, I might have to see it.
You know she's Filipino, right?
Filipino, part black, and among other things, but still, I was like, I have to know.
Yeah, bro, she killed it. Honestly.
Oh boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, huh?
Alright, I'm gonna have to go.
What do you mean
watch
by that?
Sinners. Is it in theaters?
Yeah, for now, and then I think it'll hit streaming later.
Oh shit, there's a show tonight. Hey guys. I know what I'm
Do
doing
it.
tonight. Okay, oh my god.
Hey, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
Hey guys, I know what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna go watch Sinners. Woo! Mom, they're watching Sinners again.
Mom, Bear's trying to buy tickets to Sinners again.
Alright guys, let's go. I'm gonna go raid someone.
We all know it's because she wants to watch Sinners now.
I wanna go watch
What have you done, Huffy?
Some
Dude,
vampire
the soundtrack
goodness.
freaking slaps too. It's all blues music. It's so good.
If you haven't already, watch Mickey 16. 17. Mickey 17. Good movie too.
Oh, I've wanted to see that too, actually.
very wild ride. I like the topics that they brought up in that movie.
Is it still theaters for now?
I don't.
Or is it
I watched
streaming?
it last week, so I don't know. Mickey 17 show.
Yeah, I might just have to
Showtime.
catch a stream at some point.
It looks like it's still in theaters, from what I can see. Oh, oh,
So there's one right.
no, there isn't anymore. There's
So did you
no more
decide who
show-
you're rating, Bear?
Yes, I'm gonna go read Vaith. She is a bunny tuber. So
I have to go warn her the bears are coming.
She is 18 plus, so just be mindful of that. But be very respectful
There's a tag.
as well. Even though she is an 18 plus streamer, just respectful of the rules and her boundaries. And there is that one. Okay, let me
Help.
What you're gonna do when the bears attack?
There's a tag. Oh, hey, Ricky. I'm about to
That's
raid.
awkward.
I'm about to raid.
We're going on a.
Raid! Ah! Ah! I can't raid yet. Ah! 1 second. All right, guys. I have another collab this Friday, and it's gonna be a lot of people. We're gonna play Pico Park, and it's gonna be with Flory, Anne, Chirukana, and me. Okay, Friday. It maybe then I stream something solo like Wednesday or some shit like that. Other than that, I love all the support today, and I love you all. And thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys had fun. It was a very chill.
Oh, thanks for having me. This was fun.
A
little bit, you know-
way up to the door.
A little bit traumatic on my part.
I'm so
Dredging up old
sorry.
memories.
I'm so sorry I brought up memories. It sounds like you lived a very happy and fulfilled life from the sounds.
Truly.
No trauma whatsoever.
What a life you've lived, Huffy. I can't wait to bring up more trauma
Yeah.
on accident.
On purpose. No, I'm joking.
Look, Bear's words, not mine.
I'm here to stir up the pot. Alright. I'm here to stir it up in a fun way.
Okay, bye.